Hey guys, and I told y'all I was coming back this time. So it's time for my hair tea that I spoke to you guys about in my last video, and I told you I would come back and describe how to make this and everything. Again, this is something that I have been going with for a couple months now, and I have seen growth. I have really slow growing hair, so to see actual growth really quickly, like within a month, okay, listen, it works. So I'm gonna make some here today, and we can just chat while I make this, and I'll tell you about it because it's first of all, it's all natural. Everything that's going in here is natural, and it's not gonna hurt you to try it. But this is not for, like, if you just came from the beauty shop and you've got this 20, you don't want to wet it. This is, unless you got like a wet and wavy style, because this is a wet spray. This is not a dry spray. But if you're on your natural hair growth journey, and you can take a wig off and spray your cornrows down, or whatever protective style you have at the moment, you can be able to wet it, then this is for you. Let me tell you, your hair will grow. My locks, I got sister locks, and I got the small ones. Let me get the water going. But I got the small ones, and they are now thickening. They really are. They are now thickening because they have been small. They were smaller than they are. I know whoever's looking at it is like, well, the locks, they pretty small. Sister locks are small, but now where my hair is new growth, you can see the thickness. You can see that my hair has started to grow. So let's get it going. I don't want to keep just rambling on, but you're gonna need about 500 milliliters of water. So that equals out to about 2.5 cups of water. You don't want to make too much because this will only last for 5 days, and then you need to make another batch. Okay, so that's about 2.5 cups of water, or 2.1, almost, it's 2.1, but who's doing the 0.1s? Come on now, really? I mean, I use my measuring cup, but at the same time, I'm not looking for 2.1. So you're gonna get your water to a boil. You need a timer. I have a thing for hourglass. So this is a 15-minute hourglass. You're gonna need to set your timer about 15 minutes. I love the hourglass idea. A clock is always running. I can always look at a digital clock, or a battery operated clock on the wall or whatever, and see the time. But with an hourglass, it just reminds me that time does run out. Time does run out. So I like hourglass. I got a bunch of them. I got 1 minute, I got 15 minutes. So, but you're gonna need 15 minutes worth of time. You can use an egg timer or whatever, something that you can do 15 minutes, or sit in there and watch the clock, whichever you like. Okay, so once you want to wait till the water is boiling before you flip your time, before you add anything. You're gonna want the water to boil. Now, I use fresh rosemary. You can use the dried rosemary if you have it. I always have fresh rosemary. I cook with it a lot. I have the dried as well in here somewhere. I was gonna pull it out. I don't even feel like digging for it. Oh, that's a lazy YouTuber, isn't it? Should have had that out already. Anyway, if I was gonna show it. But you can also get, oh, here it is, dried rosemary leaves, and you can use those. Guys, you gotta forgive me because I gotta stand back from the stove, and I'm so tall that I have no head in the video. So it's really not about me. It's about what I'm doing. So let's do this. But if all you have is the dry rosemary leaves, you can use those. Also, I use cinnamon sticks. You can use the powder. You can use the powder. I prefer to use the powder for cooking, you know, food that needs something, you know, in it. But the cinnamon sticks I do buy for the recipe. So this is called hair tea. You also want to get a jar of cloves, or you can use the powdered cloves. Now, if you use these items powdered, make sure you stir it, you know, once you get it boiling. Make sure you stir it, make sure all the items are, you know, gathered. And I would still strain it if I were you. And being that you're going to use a powdered item, I would strain it through like a clean nylon stocking, or if you have something that with really small mesh, because you don't want any of it to get into your sprayer. If your sprayer gets clogged, you can't, it's hard to use, okay? You end up pouring. So I don't like to clog my sprayer. So you want to get your water boiling, okay? And again, 500 milliliters of water, or 2.1 cups. I always put 2.5 because I'll walk away and then I come back, it's already boiling. So I'm like, okay, some's already evaporated. But yes, I will always use the sticks and the rosemary, that, you know, the little cloves. And also you're gonna need a measuring spoon, not the cups, spoon. And I think my full tablespoon is dirty, but I got a half a tablespoon here. So if you're using a half a tablespoon, twice. But it's 1 tablespoon of cloves. And my water is just now moving. It's just now bringing up a few bubbles, not really boiling yet. And so we're gonna let that get to boiling, and we can talk about other things. Because I'm not gonna, you know, it's gonna be a short one. This doesn't take that long. You boil it for 15 minutes, so I won't hold you hostage for 15 minutes. But once we get everything in, then I'll, you know. The lady that I seen this recipe being made, her name is Dinma. You can look her up on YouTube, Dinma. I'm not linked to her in any way, but her spray really works. And just in case you didn't see hers, you can see mine, you know. So I'm not trying to take her content or anything, but I would like to say, Dinma, your spray works. Thank you for the recipe. I'm not trying to sell it or anything like that. You know, I'm just letting other people look, and they can make some for themselves. You know, that word needs to be out there, because we all want that natural look. And if you guys look her up, her hair is beautiful. It's so thick and so full and so long. And she doesn't buy any products. You know, we out here buying everything on the shelf. I really was. I mean, I had conditioners, you know, different oils, you name it, I was buying it. She also shows how to make different oils, which I do that anyway, even before I looked at her page, but her page just confirmed what I was doing was correct, and the types of oil that I was using was correct. And a lot of it you have right in your kitchen. You know, you probably have olive oil, you probably have sesame oil, different cooking oils. Those are what you want to use, the kitchen products. You don't want to go to the vitamin oil and get the little sesame oil that's, you know, processed or whatever for hair usage. No, go to the food aisle in the cooking grease and get you some off that shelf, okay? So now the water's starting to roll, okay? Okay. The downside of making this is that it takes 12 hours to steep. So once you strain it, you want to let it, let me rewind. Once you are done, your 15 minutes are up, you want to let it steep for 12 hours. So I'm doing this right now. It is 11:50 a.m. Let's, round it up to 12. So 12 tonight, I will bottle this. Make sure you have yourself a small spray bottle. These are available at Walmart for 50 cents, $2 for $1. I always get, a bunch of them because I never know what I need them from. They come in multiple colors. And I use them for everything, cleaning products, hair products, spraying my dog, just every little thing. So they come in handy. And you want to clean it each time you empty it. Because even though you're straining it and you're taking all the precautions, this little aerator on here, it will get clogged. And then it doesn't work. Well, at least you think it doesn't work. But if you clean it, run hot water through it, spray the hot water, let whatever's stuck in there. Because usually, if your trigger is working, what's usually wrong is something has gotten into the filter. So, okay, let's get this stuff in here. Okay, let's start with your rosemary. Your rosemary, this is, I think I paid $2 for it at Walmart. The packaged rosemary. You want to do 6 stalks. 1, 2, and that's about all it contains. I probably have 1 left afterwards. 3, 4, 5, 6. Told you. So they're usually cut in half anyway, but these were not. 6. Look, that's the whole package. It's usually only 6 in there. 2 cinnamon sticks. 2 full-size cinnamon sticks. Whichever kind you buy. Just 2. Excuse me. And your cloves. So when I say, tablespoon, don't just put it right to the exact. No, do a heaping tablespoon. Okay, so that's 1. And again, I'm using a half, so I had to do it twice. And it doesn't hold very much. So, okay, now everything's in there. You want to turn your timer on. Give that 15 minutes. Stir it occasionally. Yes, you need to stir it a little bit. Let everything come together and mend and make itself. Okay, so again, 15 minutes. You want to have 15 minutes on your timer, or if you have a 15-minute hourglass, your choice. Okay, let it boil. Don't let it boil so hard that you dry out all your water. But you do want to keep it boiling minimally. I hope you guys can see that. I'm using the camera thing that moves with me, and I can't get it to tilt because my phone is too heavy. So I got to try to, get where it is. And again, I'm so tall. I don't even have a head in this video. But it's about this. It's about the tea. Usually, you don't want to do this every single day. She reiterates that multiple times in her video. No, this is not for every single day. This is for 2 to 3 times out of the week. Okay? I do it every other day. I spray it every other day. But again, with locks, you can wet them and it doesn't affect your hairstyle. So usually I do it at night before bed. And listen, when you're doing this tea is brown, just like Lipton tea. So if you make a mistake and spray your wall, check your area after you use it, because it will leave that brown everywhere, like you spilled a cup of coffee. So you want to let that boil for the 15 minutes. And while that's going on, let me put away things. But also, she states that you need to keep it refrigerated. Okay, let's keep it cold, because rosemary goes bad. It does. It'll mold. So within 5 days, even though it's no longer in your mixture, because you're going to strain it out and throw that stuff away, it's still, you know, the rosemary is in it. So rosemary, it molds. And you don't want to use it after 5 days. So I really use it up. And actually, this bottle, let me see, this is only an 8-ounce bottle, and it won't even fill it up. So that being said, it's not like you're making a lot of it. You're just making less than 8 ounces. Okay, because remember, once you're going to lose some of it once it boils, and then you steep it off, you know, you're going to lose some of the moisture. So it won't even fill up a full 8 ounces. So you only need a small spray bottle. Little one. See? About the size of your hand. 50 cents at Walmart. This is the Equate brand. Or, you know, if you need a fancy one, they sell some little cute ones at Ulta and Sephora. They probably $25, but they cute. So, again, casually stir. And let me check my fire. I think I took it down too low because I don't even have one bubble anymore. Okay. Okay, yes. But you just don't want to boil it so hard that you're boiling away all your liquid. Okay? I did that. So, tell me from my tips. Tips from experience, okay? But yes, so while this is boiling, don't walk away too long, because again, you want to watch your flame. The first time, like I said, I boiled mine too long, and I barely reclaimed any of it. So I boiled it on too high is what I mean. So keep your flame at a minimum. Or, you know, if you're using an electric stove, I put it on medium or a little under medium, just so you still see it rolling. And it smells like cinnamon. It smells like Christmas. That's what it smells like Christmas, like fall. It's cloves, it's cinnamon, it's rosemary. So it doesn't really, you know, like if you're just out, no one's gonna say, oh, it doesn't smell bad. It smells really good, actually. And I'm not a big fan of the smell of clove, but it smells good with the cinnamon and the rosemary. It's pleasant. Okay, so that little bit won't bother you. What I do, like I said, I got locks. If you have a braided style, you know, something that can be wet. And it's not like you don't have to sog it. You put your sprayer on spray, just try to get it to your scalp, massage your scalp. If you have a heating cap, you can use a heating cap after. And the next day, go with some oil. So use some oil your scalp. Again, I like to make a lot of my things. And I always have coconut oil on deck, vitamin E, you know, the bottle that you get from the vitamin section, the vitamin E oil. That's the only thing I go to the vitamin section for, because I know I told you, don't go to the vitamin section to get your oils. The vitamin E comes in a little bottle. It's probably $7, $8. But you put some in your oil, mix your oil. I mix usually olive oil, coconut oil, and vitamin E oil. You can go with one, you can go with several. They all have beneficial properties. Sesame oil has, you know, they all have some benefit, that it's a natural product and it's good for you. Okay, so it's not like you're gonna die because you put a little oil on your hair, unless you're allergic. Now, check your own allergies. Check your own allergies, because I don't know. I only know my own. But occasionally stir your tea. This stuff is so easy to make. And again, it's gonna cool for 12 hours. After 12 hours, depending on if you made it with all the powdered items, again, like I said, I would still strain it just so you can get it filtered as much as possible. to not clog your spray bottle. You know, we go, even though they're 50 cents, dang, you know, I wanted to be able to use it a little while. But you can, she says, even if you freeze it, it shouldn't be longer than 5 days, okay? I froze some, I did, because I overmade. I was trying to just eyeball it. So when I did that, I used too much water and I made so much of it. So it was an experiment. I froze it. And when it was time to use it, it was fine. It still smelled the same. I didn't see anything, you know, a little moving around, but again, that's just the naked eye, okay? You make your decision. So I froze it. I put it in one of those, I have a vacuum seal bowl. Put it in the vacuum seal bowl. I put it in my freezer. And when I opened it up, it was just like the same. It didn't, you know, I didn't microwave it. I just let it sit on the counter until it got, you know, fully unfrozen. You know what I'm trying to say? Thawed. Until it completely thawed. Once it completely thawed, listen, I poured it in my spray bottle because I didn't have it. That was this last batch. Actually, remember I said previously that as soon as I run out of what I have, I'll have to buy more stuff and I'll make the video about it. So here we are. And these the rosemary, and look, I buy so much rosemary. And if I were you, look at my rosemary. You see it? It's wrapped in this paper because I took that one out because I was making a video and I didn't want that to look, you know, bad. Like, why she got that tissue in there? But I'm gonna explain it. I wash my rosemary. Listen, it's spider webs on them sometimes because they're fresh. They're fresh picked and they use them. They put them in a box package and ship them off to Walmart. I found a spider one time. I've definitely, or a caterpillar. The webbing or the cocoon from a caterpillar. I wash it. So this one was already washed, but when you wash it's just like lettuce. So wash it, and then I usually put some napkins or paper towel in there just to get it dried off, because again, it molds. Okay, so you want to try to keep it as dry as possible. So once you wash them, wrap them in a paper towel. They last longer too. You know, like I said, I cook with it. You know, you got to wash that stuff. You wouldn't think, you know, it's just a little rosemary now. I found a spider. I found spider web. Oh, dead spiders. So be careful with that rosemary because I got a phobia of bugs. So, okay, it was very surprising to see a spider in this package. You know, it's not even really, listen, this is how it comes. It's not really sealed. This is just how it is. It just pull apart. So it wasn't like he didn't have air. Baby, let me tell you, I don't like any kind of bugs. So yeah, but this takes about 12 hours to steep. And I just usually put a lid on it and let it sit for the 12 hours. Like I said, tomorrow at 12, tomorrow, I'll come and then I'll strain this, and I'll strain it twice usually. Just run it back through, and then I'll bottle it. And I'll keep it in the refrigerator until it's time for me to use it. Now, again, mine is gone in within the 5-day time because I use it every other day. You don't have to use it that often, but she does state that consistency is what helps. Rosemary helps with hair growth. Cinnamon promotes hair growth as well and energizes your scalp and helps with dandruff and itching. The same with cloves. They promote growth. And you got the Google. Go on there and look it up. Just use the Google. Look up what those items can do separately for hair growth, because that's what I do. You know, when I watched her video, I did watch her video. After her video, and I had written down everything that she used, I Googled to see what each of these things can do for hair. And individually, they help. Individually, rosemary, you see a lot of rosemary products for hair. You know, you see different cloves and oils and things like that. So I looked them all up, and they all have multiple properties that help with hair growth. So again, if you are trying to grow your hair back, and listen, I don't have it, but she says if you have alopecia, it will help with hair growth. If you are losing edges, you don't have to do your whole head. If all you need is your edges to grow back, use it on your edges. I ain't none there right now anyway, so it sure ain't gonna help. She said it invigorates the scalp. So if you don't have any edges, then it's really not messing up no hairstyle. You can, you know, give it a couple of squirts or whatever and just massage it in and do it every other day. And watch, your hair will start growing back there. So again, her name is Denma. If you just want to look her page up to hear her talk about it. But again, this was content that I actually used, and again, I've been doing it for a month, or a little over a month actually, maybe 2 or 3 months. But my hair has grown, and my hairdresser even mentioned that my hair was thicker and it has grown longer. So it's not just me looking in the mirror, because you know when you want something to happen, baby, you see it regardless to whether it's there or not. No, this is coming from my hairdresser, my loctician. I'm sorry. My loctician, she said your hair is very much thicker. I think I got an eyelash or something. I'm sorry, guys. I keep picking with my eye. I think I got an eyelash flipped under. We're almost out of the 15 minutes, and I'm going to be cutting this off. And like I said, just put a lid on it. Let it sit for the 12 hours. After that, bottle it. But if you had an area shaved and you're ready for it to grow back, try it. It's not going to hurt anything. Everything's natural. Make sure you're not allergic to anything that we're putting in there. Rosemary, cinnamon, and cloves. People have different allergies. I always say, check your allergies. Okay, so time up. Time up. Turn it off. Get it back here, and I'm gonna get my lid out and just let it sit. No, that's not the right size. There it is. No, that's not it either. Well, I gotta get on my knees and go in my lower cabinet and find the right lid for this pot. But listen, guys, try it. It's not expensive. The items that you're gonna buy are not expensive. I got the larger cinnamon stickers. You know, like I said, I've been doing it for a couple of months, and at first I was just like, okay, only 4 or 5 come in the little pack. So this was a big one, and I think I paid $8 for it. The cloves are usually, they're not a cheap product, but I'm sure you've paid more for some shampoo or some hair grease or something like that. So you're only going to use that twice because it's only about 4 tablespoons in there. So your cloves, where did I put them? Well, yeah, so the cloves. The cloves, they are about $5, depending on, you know, what brand you get. All of that makes a difference. These are just, this isn't a real well-known brand, but it's cinnamon. And the cloves, oh, here they are. They were the organic Walmart brand. And even the rosemary was just, this is just a package that they sell. You know, so you're not going to spend a lot of money to make this, even if you don't like the recipe. It's not really like, oh, I blew, you know, $100 trying something different. I have really gotten away from all of the products, buying all of the different things, trying, and I've been going really natural. So the only thing I haven't done is found a way to make some shampoo, and I still use the Castile shampoo. It's not like all of those ones telling you it's this in there and that in there. Nope, it's just soap. So listen, you're here. This is for men and women too. Again, she said that it can help with edge, repairs, alopecia. I just have very slow growing hair. I don't have any of those issues. My hair just grows really slow. So I will get back with you. I have a couple more videos I'm gonna upload, but have a good day and like and share my content. And wherever you can, Facebook, just share me, and help a sister out. Okay, so guys, don't forget, time runs out. Have a good one.